Careful, careful. Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm coming to you today from the Goose Move traditional unceded territories in North Vancouver Island. I am joined this morning by my two fitness associates right here. We've got Miss Wilma and Miss Roma, who are keeping our yoga space and our workout space safe from imposters, right? Yes, you girls are so good. So today we're going to do a little lower body workout. So let's start warming up. We're going to have our feet roughly hip width apart. And we're just going to go side to side. So kind of like giving them a little bit of attitude. Good. Draw the belly button to the spine. We're lengthening through the spine up to the sky. From here, start doing little circles of the hips. And try to keep your toes firmly rooted to the ground as well as the heels. So we're also getting a little bit of movement through the ankles. What are you guys doing? Oh boy. It's going to be a fun one. And switch. Good. Awesome. Okay, ladies. Back there, do that there. Hands to the ground. We're going to bring our tushy towards the floor. We can push our knees open. Careful, excuse me. Move over. And we'll bring one knee in and the other just for a quick warm up. A little dynamic mobility. I am dodging my dogs. All right, friends, you guys are getting sand everywhere. Good. And from here, hands to the ground. Coming up, nice and easy. So you may want to have your yoga blocks handy if you like. I kind of like them for when I'm first warming up here. So I'm going to be folded at the hips, walking my feet out. And then I'm just going to sink my hips to one side, trying to keep my knee drawn behind these toes, sitting my bum back. Lift the chest. And the other, lift the chest. Good. See if you can go without the blocks, hands up by the ears. So as you can see, my thighs at a bit of a 45-degree angle outwards. My toes follow. And the other way. So it's almost like your knees and toes are pointing towards the top corners of your mat. Good. Draw the belly button to the spine. Engage through that pelvic floor. And we're activating through the glutes to draw our thigh outwards. So what you don't want to be doing here is having your knees buckling inwards. You try to have your knees stacked over the ankles. So if you need to, you can always reduce that range of motion. And here we're going to come down to one side and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side, we're going to really sit it back. So think you're driving your tailbone to the back of your blanket. Holding it static. And other side. Just warming up through the thighs here. Engage through the glutes. Squeeze those booty cheeks. Draw that pelvic floor up and inwards. And up. Perfect. So excuse me, you're on my foot, madam. Walk yourself out of it however you might need to. From here, we're going to come into our plie squat. So my feet are going to be a little wider than hip width apart. Toes angled out at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to come down here. So I want to have my knees roughly over my ankles, possibly a little bit further past, so that I can come up on the tiptoes and down. Up on the tiptoes and down. Good. Squeeze that pelvic floor closed, drawing the thighs open and away from each other. Good. Both heels to the ground. Now we're going to lift one ankle, come up, both heels to the ground, down, lift the opposite ankle, up, lift, up, lift, up, lift, up, lift, up. Good job. Keeping it going. Okay, last one. We're going to come down. Now we're going to lift and tap, lift and tap, lift and tap, lift and tap. Keeping it going. Keep squeezing that pelvic floor closed. Good. Belly's drawn into the spine. Heels to the ground and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come up slow. Good job. Woo, woo. Those leggies are feeling it. So let's grab our resistance band, placing it around our mid-thighs. And from here, we're going to come down to the ground. I'm going to have my feet just in line with the hips. Now I have a pretty heavy resistance band, so it's up to you what you want to do here. I'm going to have everything in line here. So ankles, knees, or hips, ankles, and knees in line. Walk those heels in nice and close. I'm going to curl my pelvis upwards, trying to ignore Roma, who is stepping on my hand. Starting to lift that lower back off the mat, scooping the pelvis upwards, draw the belly button down and inwards, and then press my pelvis upwards, holding it here. Good. Little pulses outwards with the knees, so pulse, 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 pulse. Good. Keep that pelvic floor engaged, nice and strong. Keeping it going. Keeping it going. Don't let your hips sag down to the floor. Keep them pressed upwards. Good. Come back to center with the legs so everything is neutral. Push a little bit higher. Holding it here, we're going to come onto the tiptoes and down. On the tiptoes and down. On the tiptoes, down. Lifting, nice and easy. Keeping that pelvis kind of curled ever so slightly upwards. Good job. Breathe. Listening to the roar of the waves in the background. Good. From here, lift those heels up. Curl that pelvis up again. So what I mean by that is you don't want to be here, dumping your tailbone to the floor. Curl it upwards and then push up nice and high, holding it strong. We're going to lower the heels down towards the floor. Ooh, I'm slipping in the sand. Don't touch the floor. Lift. Oh my goodness. Hi. Hi. You're tangling your leash around me, love. Up and down. Up and down. So we're just floating the heels off the mat. Coming back up. Float the heels off the mat. Exhale, come back up. Good. Keep the pelvis pushed as high up as possible. Feeling that burn. Good. Good. Heels come to the ground. So now I have to get my foot out of here. There we go. From here, we're going to lift one foot off the floor. Try to keep your hips in line with each other. And now take this lifted leg, bring it to the side. Hold it here. Don't let that hip sag to the ground. Keep it pressed upwards. Keep that belly button tucked inwards. Pelvic floor is strong. Bring it down. Lift. Take this lifted leg hip, push it up to the sky. Bring that leg out to the side at a 45 degree. Don't let it sink down. Keep your tailbone curled up to the ceiling. Bring it down. I'm trying to find my way to the mat between the dogs here. The challenge is real. Good. Lift. Bring your leg out, holding it there. Push that hip up. And other side. Lift. Don't let the hip sag to the ground. Woo! Losing balance. Bringing it out to the side. And down. Beautiful work. From here, come on up. You can hug your knees to your chest for a second. Just release your lower back if you need to. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was good. We're going to take our band off and we're going to actually replace it with a yoga block. We're going to do the exact same sequence. So, block in between the knees. Walk those heels in nice and close. Curl the pelvis upwards to start to lift that lower back off the ground. Draw the belly button in. Lift it up. Up on the tiptoes and down. What's with the attitude? Oh, it's because I'm not paying attention to you, is it? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yep. Lift it up. Good. So we're not actually bringing our heels to the ground. Just float the heels off the floor. At this point, I don't know if you're watching this video for the workout or for the dogs, but for the dogs, I wouldn't really blame you. Good. Bring the heels to the floor. Push your pelvis upwards. Good. Up on the tiptoes and hold. Now squeeze the thighs together. So think you're activating from the groin to draw the thighs together. Drawing that pelvic floor up and inwards. Keeping the pelvis kind of curled ever so slightly up. Come down. Let's float those heels. So we're doing a similar sequence, slightly different, but kind of same idea. Good. Heels to the ground. Now, squeeze the legs together into that block. Lift one leg. Don't let this hip sag to the floor. Press both hips equally up. Good. And down. Other side. Ah, dog in the way. Lift. Squeeze the belly. Hi, Roma. Hi. Oh, hello, hello, hello. I love you too. Ah, kisses. Thank you. Sandy kisses and switch. I love you too. Hi, girlfriend. And switch. And come on down. Woo. Good. So if you feel this at all in the lower back, that is normal, but you want to not feel it too much. So the key with that is to really do that pelvic scoop upwards. So what I mean by that, watch out. Careful. Excuse me. Roma. What I mean by that, I just got so much sand in my eye. What I mean by that is lift, so curl your pelvis up, and then lift. So that's going to activate through the lower belly. Take that strain out of the lower back. Put all the work in the glutes and the lower core. Good. So let me get the sand off my face here. Holy. Okay. From here, come on up. If you're a runner, this one's for you. Or maybe a pole dancer or a ballerina who needs to do some point work. This one's also for you. So block in between the knees, block in between the ankles. Now the key one here is the block between the ankles. So our anatomy is always going to be a little bit different. If you have a hard time having them together, sometimes you might need to put it in the thighs. That's okay too. If, for example, anatomically your knees kind of come inwards together when you're standing, you might need to move that block a little higher. You want to make sure that your feet are pretty much block width apart so that when you're coming up, your ankles aren't going outwards. You want to keep everything nicely aligned. So I'm going to turn myself to the side. I'm going to sit down nice and low in my imaginary chair. I'm going to take my ribs. I'm going to tuck them inwards, pull that pelvic floor in. I'm going to exhale as I come up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Good. Keeping it going. Turn myself around so I can see you. Good. Nice and slow. A little bit challenging on a soft, uneven surface like a beach. Good. Try to stay as low as you can, seated here. Now, having your hands in front might actually pull you forward and make you lose your balance a bit. So you can also have them open in this what the heck pose. I call it the WTF pose. It makes me giggle when I work out by myself. Up. But that just kind of opens the chest a little bit. Last one. Now here, up on the tiptoes, we're going to hold and we're going to bring our hips side to side. Swish, 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 swish. Squeeze the belly. Good job. Woo! Feel the burn. Oh God. Send help. Woo! Back to center. Bring the heels down. Come on up. Oh ho ho ho. And release. Good. We'll do that again. March it out. Good. From here, our WTF pose, if you like, up and down, up and down. Try and go as slow as you can. I'm losing my balance a little bit because I'm slowly digging holes beneath my feet with every time I move. Good. Sitting it down. Now squeeze the belly, draw that belly button to the spine. Exhale up, inhale down. 3, 2, keep those inner thighs engaged. 1, come up. Whew. Ah. And side to side. Side to side. Good. Squeeze. We're almost done. I promise. And up we go. Okay. Last but not least, let's build up some bulletproof hamstrings. So you're going to want your yoga blocks. Wow, the dog's really Got bark everywhere. You're going to place your blocks next to each other. Now, to make this easier, you're going to want to have your hips closer to the blocks. To make it harder, you're going to want to be further away. And we're going to start with our band around our mid-thighs here. And you're going to place your heels, they're roughly like 2 finger breadths, if you will, from the edge of each block. Just got to, there we go. Voila. Now the band is optional. You don't have to have it if you don't want to. This might feel really intense. So again, easier, further down, a little harder, further away. This is really great if you're a runner or if you have lower back pain. I'm going to again start to curl my lower back up off the floor. So I'm engaging through the belly. Lift my pelvis up to the sky, keeping that pelvic scoop up. So don't dump your tailbone down. Keep it curled upwards. Now imagine you want to drag those blocks towards you. So as I'm trying to pull the blocks towards me, you should start to feel the hamstring working, but it starts to come further up higher where the glute ties into the hamstring. Good. So from here, I'm going to rotate at the hips to bring my thighs out and in, out and in. So when I'm coming in, I'm trying to almost touch my big toes to each other. As I come to the outside, I'm trying to almost get to the outside of my foot. Good. Keep dragging the blocks towards you. You should never feel a sharp pain in your joints. If you do, get rid of your band and go closer to the block and just go smaller. You can also shrink this kind of windshield wiper range of motion down. Good. Back to center, toes to the sky. Now drag that block in towards you for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Ah, send help. I'm being ambushed. Whew. Ow. Good. Take that band off. Excuse me. Now you're going to take one block, place it center stage. Feel like the girls are trying to rescue you from your workout. They're like, no, 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 no. Let us save you from the burn. Okay. Stop. Oh, hang on. Hold on. Let me help you. Stop. Silly. Here. So, heel to the center of the block. As I'm gently pushing my dogs out of the way. Shoo! So, this one's really important to keep that pelvis curled upwards. So, pelvis curled up. We're going to lift, draw that opposite knee into the chest. Now, keeping the hips up off the mat, we're going to bring ourselves to one side of the foot, kind of turning with the hips. Other side of the foot, turn with the hips, squeeze the belly, keep this hip off the ground. Exhale, switch directions. Inhale, switch directions. One more time. And switch. Back to center and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. And other side here. Draw the knee in, curl that lower back up off the floor, and lift. We come to one side and the other. One side and the other. Who is chewing a stick on my arm? I wonder. And again, other side. Girlfriend, that's my finger you're standing on. And back to center, lift the hips, drag that block in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Hi, friends. I almost sat on your head. Oh, dog mothering. Good stuff. So we're going to finish off with a bonus round here. Our plie squat again. We're going to come down, up on the tiptoes, and down, up, and down, high, up, and down, up, and down, up, and down, up, and down. Roma, that sticks right under my foot. Get a dog, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Good. Oh, are you barking at me? You want this? Go get it. Good. Heels to the floor, up, part way, and down, up, part way and down, up, part way and down, up, part way and down. Good job. We're gonna feel this tomorrow, my friends. And from here, come down, lift and tap one foot for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. 9, 8. So what did you guys do to my space? Oh my gosh. And 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Well, good thing we're done our workout. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for joining. We'll see you next time.